Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'll be planting up my seed potatoes. It's the end of February, and normally I would have done this already, but I just got caught up in so many little projects I have to do. But it's still not late to plant your potatoes. I plant my potatoes in grow bags. If you've been following me for a while, you know I've been planting potatoes. Last year's yield was no good, guys. I really didn't get anything. And I think it's a combination of just like they rotted. It was so much water. The drainage might not have even been good with the soil mix that I was using, which is why I'm switching to the new mix right now. But they just didn't do well. And I really didn't get anything. And I kind of like the entire edible garden last year was just not a success. But this year I'm going all in and hoping to get better yields. So here I have my compost and pine bark soil conditioner mix. Usually what I would have done was just bought the bags, right? And this year I'm going to mix this mushroom compost with this pine bark and grow the potato in that, just like that. The compost that I use is Black Velvet, this guy here. You've seen it in a lot of my videos. It is a mushroom compost. It is odorless and it is weed-free and it is really, really great. I use it in my yard. I use it in containers. I use it everywhere and I find it to be a really, really great compost. I'll mix that up. And the potatoes that I have I got them from Walmart, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Walmart because it's got a 346 tells me it's Walmart. So this is 2 non-GMOs. This one is a harvest blend. This one is a Gold Rush. And I also brought out some potatoes that I had bought in the store, normal potatoes that we didn't get to use and they were starting to sprout. So I'm going to try those and see how they do if I plant them. I know you can, I just never have. Here you get 5 tubers for $3.46. It says that you're supposed to plant this in full sun. You harvest in mid-season and it's great for garden to table freshness. Let's see. This guy here looks like you plant it 3 inches deep and it can grow up to 2 feet tall. Requires full sun and I'm supposed to space them 12 to 15 inches apart. These are going in 5-gallon grow bags that I get from Walmart. I've been growing my potatoes in 5 gallons and I know you're supposed to grow them in bigger bags, but I'm just going to stay with these 5-gallon bags because there's only 2 of us eating these potatoes. There's only so much potatoes we need. So this time I'm not going to put more than 3 in a bag though. Usually I would put 5 and then the potatoes came out smaller, but I've learned my lesson. So now I'm really going to just put 3 in each bag. So let me do my setup and I'll show you exactly how I plant these potatoes. All right, guys. So the mix is looking really good. Here's the consistency that I tried to go for. The compost, the mushroom compost, will be the nutrients that the potatoes need. And the soil conditioner is for drainage, right? These grow bags here will dry out fast, especially when we get really hot. So you have to keep these guys moist, not wet, because you definitely do not want to rot those potatoes. Potatoes are tubers. Think of them like dahlias. Dahlia's a tuber, potatoes a tuber. If they stay too wet too long, they will rot and you won't really get a good yield. So what I like to do is I like to put 2 to 3 inches of soil at the bottom because the potatoes are not going to be growing downward in the pot. They're going to be growing up. So I only put 2 to 3 inches of soil in the grow bag. Again, these are 5 gallons. So here's one I already did, right? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place the potato on top of that soil. All right, first up is Gold Rush, and this is what the tubers are looking like. You can cut them in half if you want, and then let them heal a little bit and let them get root under them, and then you can plant them. But I don't need that many potatoes where I need to nicky pick and try to make more potatoes out of more potatoes out of more potatoes. There's only 2 of us here. I think 6 bags of potatoes is quite fine. Even that, I think we might have to give some away. Hopefully if we get really great yields. But this is what they're looking like. And here's another one. Here is the mix. And I'm just going to put 3 because this bag is small. If you're growing potatoes, the bigger the bag, the better. But I'm just going to do 3. And I'm just going to put it like that with that side up. Where you see that new growth coming out, that side I want to be up. Maybe I should just put 2 because these bags are so small. And the less potatoes you put in a smaller bag, you will likely get more yields. But I don't want to spread out and have too many grow bags of potatoes because I have so much other things to grow. But yeah, so let me put this one down here. You know what? I'm just going to make it 3. Put one here. Put one here. And the other one, I'll just put, the other one is 2 because I only have 5 of each potato anyway. Okay, so that is that. And then all I do after that, those 2 inches, put it on top, is cover that. So I'm just going to go over here, grab some new mix, and just cover it with another 2 inches of soil. Okay, then I'm going to level that out. That is it, guys. This is how I've been planting my potatoes in the last couple of years, and it seems to be working quite fine for me. Then I'm going to put it on the area where I plan to plant all my other vegetables and fruits and everything. So I'm going to pot up the other type of potato in the other bag. So that's that. Next up is the harvest blend. This guy here, let me see how they look. Some are red, some are blue, and some are the typical potato color. Of course, that one would be that one. And this growth is not as much as the other one, but it's growth nonetheless. Oh, come on, take that one out. Okay, so I'm going to separate these 2 red ones. And then this, I don't know what type these are. I can tell these are going to be red, but I don't know what these are going to be. So same idea is I'm going to just have my prepped soil 2 inches in the container and then just kind of settle the potato in with the growth pointing up. This one, same thing. This one has a little cut on it. I don't know if that's going to be an issue, but I'm just going to set it in. And this one here, I can tell this one's going to be blue. There it is. Okay, I'm going to have 1 blue in here and 2 of the regular potatoes and 2 reds. So I'm going to do the red and the blue together and make that the 3. Like that. And then again, come over here, grab the mix and put 2 more inches on top of this. Don't forget to mark your containers, guys. Don't walk away without marking because you're going to forget which one is which. So here I have the first that I did, the Gold Rush. Today's the 28th. And I said it was Gold Rush, and I put it in the corner here. I'm going to forget if I don't do that. So anyway, this is the harvest blend. Let me see what the Idaho potatoes look like and how we're going to plant these, because these are much bigger than the other guys. Here's what the potato looks like that I got in the store that we didn't get to really use when we bought them. You could cut these in half. These are big enough you could cut, and then you could let it heal and then you can plant it. But for me, I'm just going to plant the whole thing. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. And again, I have my soil prepped right here, 2 inches in the bottom, and I'm just going to lay the potato down. Now this potato is huge. I'm going to do a really big one and try to find a small one here. Because again, this is just a 5-gallon. Maybe 1 potato might have been enough, but again, I'm not trying to get all the potatoes in the world. I'm just trying to get a good yield here for us. And I'm going to do the same thing in the other bag. So let me see what these look like. Showing nice growth. And then I'm going to bring it over here and kind of place it so that the new growth is, even though the potato will find a way, through, it doesn't really matter really about making a big deal out of. Now this one has 5, so I'm gonna have to put 3 in one of them and just kind of lay the potato down. I'll probably put 3 in this one because that's a really big one and a really small one, and that would be all my potatoes for this season actually. Okay, so here we have the 2 grow bags with 3 potatoes here and 2 potatoes there, and all I have to do is just go into my mix and cover it, guys. Okay, so I've brought them all over to the place where they're going to stay for the rest of the season. This area gets part shade in the winter, but in the summer and the spring it gets full sun, so that's what they need. And this is the area where I'll be planting all my edible stuff this year. As you know, I moved the edible garden closer to the house to kind of have a better control over it. These are not underground. These, I have them on these pavers I bought from Lowe's. I believe I bought these little concrete little pavers here for, I believe, $178. Here, this area here went through a lot of stuff, but I landed on just making it the area where I'm going to be doing the grow bags. When I had that other area where I planted in, they were actually on crates, but this one I'm going to use the concrete one because you never want to put containers directly on the ground. That causes diseases and everything, and also when it's wet it's going to be mucky and looking all nasty and stuff. So you definitely want to make sure your grow bag is not touching the ground to just minimize any issues that you might have. So here's the Idaho, the 2 Idahos here. Here's the Gold Rush over here, and where's that Harvest Blend? Okay, here's the Harvest Blend right here. So what's going to happen is that once I see that there's new shoots coming out through that soil, then I will add more soil, because like I was telling you earlier, the potatoes are going to grow upward, not downward. So as you see new growth, you add another 1 to 2 inches, and then every time you see new growth, you cover that growth, because that's where the new potatoes are going to grow. So that's what this has taken me a while to finally perfect, and I'm really hoping that 2025 is my year for a really great yield of potato. I'm going to water these in, and I'm not going to water them again. I'm going to let nature water them. We're supposed to have some rain on the weekend. Otherwise, that's my process, guys. Now, I do have issues with critters. What do you call it? Chipmunks. They're pretty much sleeping right now. They're hibernating. I don't see them at all. But there is a random squirrel here or there, and they like to dig up my stuff. So I'll be using this little chicken wire here to kind of to protect them, because I don't want to come out here and I see that somebody's just like eating up my potatoes, and obviously I can't touch them once they've touched it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to protect them while they're in the process of shooting out. Now, these will likely take maybe 2 weeks to shoot out. Potatoes don't like to be completely hot. Between now, the end of February, and possibly mid-June is when this is all going to happen, and then I'm going to harvest. So, follow, please like, please share, please subscribe so you can see the progress of these potatoes. Let me know what you think, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.